What's going on, guys? My name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today we'll be covering 5 things we should all avoid when it comes to building our very first EDH deck. Let's get into it. Number 5, stop planning on jank combos you want to work and focus on the ones that have already proven to do so. For example, a Wound Reflection paired with a Temporal Extortion. For 1 black and 5 colorless, we can play the enchantment Wound Reflection stating, at the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life they lost this turn. Paired with a 4 black mana Temporal Extortion at sorcery speed, it states, when you play Temporal Extortion, any player may pay half his or her life rounded up. If a player does, counter Temporal Extortion. Take an extra turn after this one. The ultimate goal of this combo is to essentially scare others into opposing your extra turn, thus paying 20 life, with Wound Reflection doubling that damage for the win.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Although it sounds great on paper, or cardboard I should say, it is not practical in the actual game of Magic. For instance, this is a 10 mana combo, which if they do not decide to pay the 20 life, or they counter the spell, you're either spending 10 mana for a wasted turn, or 10 mana to spend an extra turn, which may as well be a waste to begin with. For 10 black mana, you can end the game in so many other ways. Not only that, but this is a combo that only new players will succumb to.
I'm in danger!
Number 4, stop being so trigger happy with your purchases. You don't want to be that guy that buys a bunch of cards that you will never use again.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Building a deck is a long and tedious process that requires many hours of research, but when you get it right, damn does it feel good. We all know Magic is not a cheap hobby to have, so when building your deck, make sure you're play testing extensively. And my general rule of thumb is, whenever you're dealt a hand or draw a card, if you're not happy to see that card in your deck when you're goldfishing, that is not the card for you. Swap it out for something else. Number 3, stop limiting yourself to a budget. I know this is a very daunting task, especially with the prices of cards nowadays. However, I'm telling you, when you're building your deck, build the deck of your dreams. Too many players fall in the trap of avoiding expensive cards, and I don't blame them. However, when you start from scratch and only go after the cheaper cards, then your deck can go from one zone of play and completely end up as an entirely different deck. So my advice to you, as I said earlier, is build the deck of your dreams first, then sub out the cards for the cheaper ones that are similar to the abilities you have on file. Number 2 is limiting your own win conditions. When building a deck, it can be tempting to throw in 5 or 6 different win conditions in there. However, I'm telling you, the more win conditions you have, the more they are working against you. You want all your cards, or at least the majority of them, to all be working towards the same goal: winning the game. Or in some cases, well, just don't play the card. Oh, what the fuck? Lastly, at the number 1 spot, we have the most important thing that we must all avoid when building our own commander decks. Being a multiplayer format, we are all culprits of this, but we have to make sure we ensure the safety and the trust of our friends by not building decks that specifically counter theirs. Nobody likes someone that is taking the fun out of your own deck. Imagine you just spent a lot of money or time, let's say you proxied, to build your favorite deck, okay? Let's say someone played that deck a few times, they got the deck list. What do? They designate all 100 cards of their deck just to stop you. Not to win, but just to stop you. That's not fun, and I can assure you that is not what Magic is about. Alrighty folks, that's going to wrap up the video. So I hope you all enjoyed these tips when it comes to building your very first commander deck and what you should avoid. And with that said, my name is Patrick once more. I am the host of EDH Brutality, and I'll be uploading weekly videos. So if you have any content suggestions as far as Magic the Gathering, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And if you want to stay on top of all my newest videos, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Somebody said, my name is Patrick. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next week. Peace out, guys.